Welcome back. All right. Um, this is now the sixth episode of your daily motivation if you happen to be an injured athlete. And today I want to talk about um, listening to your doctor. So, when you get injured, you usually get to hear a diagnosis and you hope it's a good one, right? And sometimes, like, it is so difficult to find a good doctor. Let's start with that. Um, if you have a doctor who doesn't give you the diagnosis you want or that you need, you should keep looking for more medical experts. Why just stop at one? Why just listen to the advice of one? Um, because not every doctor is like specialized for athletes. They take care of the ordinary people that are not as active. For them it's already a success, like, hey, if you healed up and you get to live your everyday life again without sports, like, that's totally fine for them. But you want probably more. You want to get back to sports. That's why it's really important to find a doctor who specializes in athletes. It specializes, let's say if you have a knee injury, specializes in knees or in ankles, shoulders, backs, whatever. And they can give you a better diagnosis, they can give you better treatment, and they can show you a better path to return. So just don't stop with one doctor just because you only found one, or the doctor is the closest one. Like, keep looking for more if you get if you don't get the news you want. Let's say like three doctors told you, like, no, it doesn't look too good, and you find the one doctor, he's like, or she's like, yes, I could help you. That's the doctor you want to go with. And once you found that doctor, it is really, really, really important that you listen to them. Sometimes they give you news you don't want to hear. Sometimes they tell you, like, it's gonna take you a little bit longer than you expect. Sometimes they tell you, not yet. You can't return yet. Like, be calm. And if they're an expert in what they do, they will tell you the right thing. Obviously, you know your own body, and I would never tell you, like, to do something on your own, what your own mind is telling you. Always listen to your doctor. Always. And it sounds frustrating, but a lot of athletes ignore the doctor's advice. And once they ignore the doctor's advice, like, they suffer even a bigger injury. And which is frustrating. Not only frustrating for you, it's also frustrating for a doctor if you keep doing the same thing over and over again. Like, you also want your doctor to take you seriously. And if you follow the advice they give you, they're gonna know, like, they're gonna be starting to invest more into you because they know you're an athlete that listens. You're a patient that listens. They don't get that a lot. Like, people always do whatever comes to their own mind, and then they just go off and do their own thing. And sometimes it's not the right path, and it takes them longer. Doctors obviously also want, like, excellent results, and they want you to be one of their excellent results. So, but how can you avoid keep getting advice, news from the doctor that you don't want to hear? it goes back to how much effort you put into your recovery, how much attention you're paying to the details, and put in the effort and the energy and the time, so you make sure that you get the highest level of recovery. Because only if you stick to your recovery, that's when you go to your next appointment, you're gonna have some excellent results. Where your doctor's gonna say like, "Hey, you're doing amazing. We can advance faster than we expected." Obviously, let's say if it's a ligament injury, if it's a bone, like everything has its time, like the ligament healing, a bone fracture, the way it heals, or a muscle tendon, like everything has its own time, obviously. But sorry, sometimes like if you injure your joint, let's say you hurt your ligament may be fine, but you haven't built up the muscles around your knee, for example, then your doctor is still gonna stop you and be like, hey, like, yes, this healed, but I don't think we can advance yet. While if you put in the effort, then let's say like the muscles around your knee build up so well where the doctor is like, hey, your ligament is also fine. Let's move on. And this is how you can manipulate the outcome of your next doctor visit. And let me give you a personal story. My doctor told me that I would never train again. He's like, you're never going to train martial arts again. And because he's my doctor, my surgeon, I thought like, hey, this guy must be right because he has the medical degree. He know, yeah, like I guess he knows what he's talking about. But I didn't give in to it. Like, why did I stick to him? Because he was an excellent surgeon. He did an excellent job. I wasn't in control of the surgery outcome, but I picked him. I knew he was going to do a great job. And after that, it was all up to me. What I do with that, what I do with my broken ankle, how I recover it. And yeah, I made a successful comeback. Even he was surprised and he was happy. He was really happy about those excellent results. Every time he would like record his voice memo, like when he was like taking his notes and then like doing his voice memo, he would always talk about how great it's going. Yeah, and I'm glad that I was able to pull it off. I always listened to him all the time. I didn't do anything he told me not to do. Even sometimes if I felt like, hey, it feels good, but I'd rather wait for 2 weeks till I see him again and ask him that instead of like going against his advice and mess up the situation. All right. Most important thing, go find the doctor that gives you the news you want and then stick to that doctor. If you don't find him right away, hey man, like the internet is huge. Just Google, just YouTube, just find somebody. Somebody out there can always help you. And if you can find somebody that can help you, just comment on this comment here or message me on Instagram. It's at Become Unbreakable. I can definitely help you and give you advice as well. But yeah, do your research, find a doctor that can help you, and then once you found that doctor, follow his lead, follow his advice. All right, this is it for today. If you've watched this, please leave a comment. If you have any questions, if you want to talk about something specific, I make sure the next video is going to be about that. All right. Hope you have a great day. See you soon.